Hello, I'm Melissa Prest, a registered dietitian and the foundation dietitian with the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois. This is our third and final video of our food safety during COVID-19, and this one is focusing on food waste. There's actually a national goal to reduce food waste by 50% by the year 2030. One of the biggest food wasters or things that cause us to waste our food is confusion about the dates that we will see on food packages. It may be listed as use by or best by, sell by, and there's a few other terms that you may see or have been used on a food package or product. And really that's just talking about the it's just the freshness or the flavor of the food, not necessarily that it's a spoilage date or that the food is unsafe to eat past that date. So sometimes we might get concerned if we have something that's been in the fridge for maybe a month past that date or a couple of weeks past that date, and we might throw that out, and that food was actually probably perfectly okay to eat. So I've included some links for information about what those terms are, or some of the terms, just to help get you familiar with them and to give you a little more education and information about those different terms that are used on food labels. Other ways that we can kind of look at minimizing our waste, we've talked about shopping smart and using a grocery list when we go to the grocery store. But that also really helps us to minimize food waste as opposed to buying foods that we may not really necessarily need or want, and then we end up throwing out these foods that we're not actually ending up using. So it's always smart and safe to stick to the list that we bring to the grocery store. And if you're on a budget or kind of thinking food conscious, and I think even if we're not on a budget, it's always good to be money conscious when we're at the grocery store and getting things that are economical for us. But things like that ugly produce or imperfect things or mismarked packaging, oftentimes those are at a discount, and there's nothing different in a nutritional quality standpoint from those. It just may look a little different. So you might have an apple that's smaller than maybe a larger apple. Nutritionally, in terms of the vitamins and mineral content, calorie content is going to be a little bit different in carb content because of the size. But nutritionally, it's pretty much similar. There's nothing to really worry about. So there's no reason why to not purchase something that's in that ugly produce category. Other things that you can do is if you have food that's been in the fridge and you need to use some leftovers, you can always use them in other food dishes like stews or casseroles. If you are shopping smart and you see a discount on, maybe it's like a, buy 3 packets of chicken, get 1 free, for instance, you can always freeze what you're not going to use and then thaw it when you are going to freeze it. Now, thinking of food safety, we never want to thaw the raw chicken or thaw the chicken on the countertop. We always want to thaw it in the refrigerator. And we had mentioned before about not putting raw foods over cooked foods. So in the fridge, you probably want to put that on a bottom shelf and not over something that is already been cooked and you're storing for eating for later. But there's many other ways in which we can reduce food waste. And so I encourage you to check out the links that we included below to help you kind of think about some other things that maybe you weren't thinking about in terms of reducing your food waste. Any tips or tricks you have to share, again, please put those in the comments. And thanks for watching.